We're live.
All right.
Share screen. Oops. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. Okay, wait for it to be loud. All right, there we go. And I'll just come here. We should be live though. We'll just. Do people see us? Oh, that's right, because I forgot that this goes over here.
There you go.
Double check. All right, I'm gonna just go down on this. Is that okay?
Yep.
You can see it. You can see it. Okay, right? I can't see it. Is that okay?
This?
Yeah, the where we're standing. Is that okay?
I can. Yeah, we're good.
I'm in the shot.
You are in the shot.
All right, cool. Let's just give it a
It
couple
reverses us, but yeah.
Is that okay? I just click on it. I love it. So yeah, so it is. I did have somebody reach out and they said, "Hey, you guys should really consider getting an actual camera and mic, setting it up, getting a microphone, stuff like that." You know what? It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
When we get this other stuff figured out, we'll probably do
It's number 3 or 4.
This is number 4, actually. Believe it or not. So.
Gotta start somewhere, huh?
Okay, maybe the notification there. I have this pulled up. So yeah. Get it back on. There we go. I love it. Let's just give it 2 more minutes and we'll just jump on it then, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe let it play one more time through to see if anybody jumps on. What can we talk about? Do you have any trips planned?
Ooh. We were talking about planning a trip, but we haven't got one.
Yeah. Summertime trips getting ready. Right?
Yeah, we got camping and
That sounds fun.
lake, that kind of stuff. We have. Brianna wants to go to Kauai again in the fall. We'll see. I'd like to go somewhere new, but
Cool. Yeah, I would
see
want
what's
to
out
do the
there.
same thing, do something new. But cool.
You like to repeat one vacation you like and go again and again and again.
Honestly, I love the trip we take to go to Rebecca's family's house. Like we go to Winnemucca. And
The drive that you do to
I
the mountains.
do not mind it at all. It's even though there's nothing out there, like I do not mind it at all.
Yeah.
So,
So you got this open house feed playing here.
yeah.
You had good showing.
Yeah, we actually really did.
Your Harry Potter theme this time. You always do something
Theme.
cool.
The theme worked out really good. So super fun.
You were hiding little one of those balls that they catch on the show.
Quidditch snitches.
Snitches.
Yeah. Should we get rolling?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I don't know how to get out of this slide. Oh, I see. I can't get out of it. All right. Okay, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Real Estate Unlocked podcast. I'm Jefferson Clemens.
Can't believe it's been 4 already. I'm Lance Monson.
That means we've done it for 4 months. Like it's surreal. It feels like we did the first one.
Consistency, right? That's
Yeah,
good.
somewhat. Anyways, well, let's just get started here. So we've got an awesome tip for February. Tip of the month is really basic. Test your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors at least twice a year. Those batteries go out and it's better to change them out before you get the chirping in the middle of the night or no chirp at all when it's actually needed. I love this. Pick 2 easy dates to remember. I do this one too, daylight savings and any time changes. So yeah, daylight savings. Couldn't tell you what date it is, the changes, but I just know when I wake up and I'm late, check my smoke detectors.
The crazy thing, the new ones, they talk to each other somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if one battery is low, they all start chirping at once in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Have you ever had that
Yeah,
happen?
oh yeah.
That's the worst.
Me
You're
too.
like, which one? Which one?
I think the only thing more worse than having that happen is when it's a tenant that calls me and tells me that theirs is doing that in the middle of the night. And I always tell them, I'm like, that's actually for you to change the batteries.
Change it.
So guys, I don't know if you saw it on social media, but we did an open house at one of our featured listings here. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a second. We had the video playing right at the beginning here, but if you want to see more, go check out my Instagram, JK Clementes. And we are going to be doing, I'm so excited. First time ever that I've done it, we're going to be doing an Instagram live virtual open house. So if you missed the open house this weekend, that's okay. We're going to do that on Instagram. So you just need to follow that. And then tomorrow, 6 p.m., I'll be doing that. And we're going to go literally through everything. We're going to go and look in the rooms. It will be as if you're there with me, but from the comfort of your living room.
Nice.
So I'm excited. So let me talk a little bit more about it. So
Are we still gonna play the game, the Harry Potter game?
no, unfortunately not, because we're gonna do the drawing right now.
Oh, okay.
So we did it. We did the Harry Potter theme, which was so fun. People that came got to draw out of a hat to see which house they belonged to from the Harry Potter realm, and so it was pretty fun. Really good time. So between that and then we also had Harry Potter Quidditch snitches hidden around the house, which was a blast. People had a blast trying to find those. Apparently I'm a good hider because there was some that I put in plain sight that people could not find. So anyways, for what it's worth, I'm a good hider, I guess. So what we did is we're having two winners here. One of them is going to be for a chance to, it's not a chance to win. They're going to win 2 tickets to this year's Parade of Homes, which opens up not next week. I think it's the week after that. The 13th.
I think it's Valentine's, right?
I think it's the 13th, 14th. Yeah.
Okay,
So
there you go.
that will be, we'll do our drawing for that second. Let's go ahead and start. I was going to bring it and I left it on my counter at home, but we did a Harry Potter. There's
Like a gift basket.
yeah, it's like a little mug kit. So we've got all the names in here, and I'm going to have Lance go ahead and draw this out.
You see, they're in there.
They're in there.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So drum roll. This is for the Harry.
I won't look.
Oh yeah, here. This is for the Harry Potter cup set.
I have just one. Yeah. Let's see. Audrey.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Congratulations, Audrey. I'll call you after the show. Actually, I know she's traveling, so she might not be able to answer. But Audrey, congratulations. You won yourself a Harry Potter kit. So, all right. Now, this is the big one. We're going to do, we are going to be doing, just one drawing on this. So I'm excited.
Is Audrey not eligible?
She has other
I know
names
you
in
had
here.
multiple.
Yeah. So Audrey is legible for it, but I said the wrong
Legible.
word. Not legible. She can read. Don't worry. But I know she's out of town though, so we'll get it to somebody that's in town. So.
Nope.
Oh, the suspense.
Boy, where'd it
The
go?
Suspense. Here we go. Drum roll again.
Celeste.
Celeste got it. Heck yes. Okay. I'll reach out to Celeste here after the podcast and we'll let her know she won. But anyways, it's super fun. I love doing the themes. They're so fun. Let's go ahead and let's get rolling. So guys, for rentals, this is huge. This is exciting. Our average, if you remember looking at that graph, far right column, blue represents Washington County, right represents Iron County. This is for the average rentals, right? The average rentals in December for Washington County was 2,077. And this month, January, meaning the past month of January, we had an average of 1989. So it's gone down. And at least in the last 4 months, this is the first time that we've seen it drop under 2,000. I'm not surprised in my experience. I've noticed that most properties that are listed over 2,000 will take slightly longer to rent out than any home that is, 1999 or less. I think that there's kind of a psychological reason to that. I think we put that number 2 out there. And,
Yeah.
If the home is in that price range, people want to be under that. And so I'm not surprised, but it is interesting that it dropped there for that month. Because it's been a busy month. We've had a few rentals rent out and it's been busy, but yeah, the average is so. Now, Cedar City, you'll look at that, those two columns of red right there are pretty similar. And we literally went down not even $1 on the average for Cedar City. So it went from 1680 to 1679 and some change. So
Pretty flat then.
pretty flat up there, pretty normal. I think the reason for that, I honestly think, is you get what St. George is used to, kind of carries up to Cedar, and I feel like people are like, well, it's worse than St. George, so it's good. So I think that is a little bit more, I guess, open to that. So
Yeah, a lot of people commute probably to save money if you can't save
yeah, if you can't say what the living.
enough to justify the
Yeah.
gas, things
No.
like that.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time he was out there, but it feels like it's growing now.
It is growing, yeah.
For sure. So anyways, that's exciting. It went down for both though, so that's awesome. Now let's move on to the selling side. Some interesting numbers for this month. So we went from a total of 2,200 active listings in December. We ended up at the end of January having 2,068 active listings. That is the blue one. I know I'm going to change up the way we do this graph for the next episode. It's a little bit complicated here, so I'm just going to go over the numbers here. But here's the interesting numbers. Just like we kind of suspected, December was I'm going to say slow month. There was a lot going on still. There was 396 new listings, but in the month of January, we had 761. Now that sounds like a huge increase, which it is, but that's pretty similar to what we had. I mean, we had back in October, 733, and November, 688, 724 before that. And so 761 is kind of the highest out of all those. But back in May, let me make sure that's the right, looking at the right month. Yeah, May, we had 844 new listings. So
Wow.
it's not out of whack that there was that many listings. I think it's just, I mean, we talked about it last episode, like November, December slows down a little bit, and then everybody lists their homes in January. So lots going on there. Iron County, let's see here. Iron County had 262 new listings compared to the 135 new listings in December. So it just kind of mirrors it, right? It's the same. The Cedar City mirrors St. George, or St. George mirrors Cedar City, however you want to look at it. But let's see here.
Cool.
Sold listings is interesting though. In December, the report shows that 442 homes sold in December, whereas in January, only 328 for Washington County sold. Kind of interesting that went down. I was surprised by that number. And I wonder if it goes back to what we talked about. December is an awesome time as a buyer to buy, because if you can, jump on those sellers that are eager to sell,
Right.
and now we're back to where there's a little bit more buyer action on the market. So maybe that's why for January it didn't pick up as much.
I think it's slowly starting to pick up.
Yeah. I feel
It
busy.
seems to be.
So-
We'll see in February, right? At the end of
Yeah.
the month, how the numbers turn out. But I'd be surprised if that doesn't go up.
100%. Now, let's see here. Whoops. Your average sales price didn't go down by much in Washington County. We were 504 last month, 505. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. It went up. So 505 for the month of January. For Cedar City, we actually had a much bigger jump. It went from 430 as the average sales price all the way up to 465. So an interesting one. It's definitely the highest because it's been in Cedar City and in Iron County. It's been most of the time, it's been about 425, 430. And so that was kind of a big jump for Cedar City. So kind of interesting. Again,
Maybe something big sold and that pulls up
Probably.
the averages because it's a small number,
Yeah. But I mean, we had one in, what month is that? July, it went up to 440. But I mean, this is definitely the bigger jump here. So it will be exciting to see what February brings with that. So average days on market over there, you've got that first number represents what it was last month. And the new number is the number to the right is what it was, or what it is, or what it was for January. Goodness. So we went from 77.7 days on market up to 91.5 for Washington County. Well, Iron County kind of mirrored the same thing and did a huge jump also to 105 from 89.9. Kind of interesting. I think it just means that sellers realized that there was more buyer action. And so they were a little bit more strict with what they accepted, come January. That would be my guess. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that? It's kind of an interesting number, huh?
Yeah, I guess, I think the properties that are coming on the market and not priced correctly are sitting, and the ones that are priced correctly from the get-go are moving.
Amen.
We're seeing, some very good price decreases for
Really.
things that have, corrections, I guess is the word for things that have sat. So
I love it.
definitely that days on market is trending upwards.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We're kind of scratching our head on this one too. Our absorption rate, meaning if no new homes got listed today, it would take 4.7 months for us to sell everything that's online in Washington County and 4.43 in Iron County. And so it's interesting that number went down despite the days on market going up. So I think that'll be a good one to keep an eye on.
More homes are selling than what are coming listed. And that'll change here.
Yeah. An interesting stat too. Let me just check Washington County here. Yeah, so Washington County, like if you look back at May, was closer to 5.58, went up a little bit, so it was taking a little bit longer, 5.68, 5.62, and then from September of last year to now, it's been going down, meaning that still, the absorption rate is getting less and less. So kind of interesting, but let's see here. The sold to list ratio is probably one of my favorite stats. It's really beneficial for sellers to understand this stat, but it's also very beneficial for buyers to understand this stat and how it works for them to be able to get their best deals. And we've gone up just by 0.2%, which is interesting. We're still, that's pretty normal for what we've seen in the last 6 months in both areas. Cedar City actually went down technically, but not enough to make any crazy difference, but it is interesting to see that.
But yeah, 5 to 7% approximately in concessions, either price reductions or.
Yeah, goes a long way, especially with those margins. And I know we said this last time too, but that number doesn't what's the word? That number does not take an effect or take account for seller concessions. So
closing costs.
Yeah, so that's sellers are
paying
accepting
for the
less.
realtor fees and things like that.
That means the sellers are accepting less and then also doing concessions, at least for the ones that I've seen that are going on. So that's huge for buyers, but it's also so important for sellers to understand that stat.
Yeah, and there's that absorption rate. If it keeps coming down, that sold to list ratio will go back up.
Exactly. It's super interesting how it correlates.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So kind of a crazy story. Recently we had a client who thought they were good to go, pull the credit, and we had multiple student loans that had just gone 90 days late. So this is the lesson to share with everybody from that. If you've got student loans that are in deferral status, keep tabs on that really carefully, because when a student loan goes late, it hits your credit score pretty hard. I think it's saying 60 to 150 point drop on that, and it stayed on your credit for like 7 years. But the thing that really hurts is most people when they have student loans, they've taken them every semester all the way through school. And even though the payment is consolidated, there's maybe 8 or 10 loans sitting there. And so you go 90 days late, that's like up to 10 loans that are just hitting you. It's late all of a sudden. Really drive your credit down.
Are you saying then typically most people will get done with school and then reconsolidate it so that it's just one and that helps it? I guess it's situational.
Some people do consolidate into one and it shows up as one on the credit report.
Cool.
Some, they just go through this association or whatever it is and they just make one payment, but it still reports as 10 separate loans.
Cool.
So you have to, so the impact of paying late can really hurt you and be magnified because of that.
I feel like I know that my wife and I are in this position. My wife just finished school, but if you guys know anybody that's finishing school and is just kind of curious about what the next step to make sure that something like this doesn't happen to you, reach out to us and let's get you started on making sure that you are proactive versus reactive to.
Yeah. A lot of people put their student loans in deferral back during COVID years, or when they weren't working or underemployed, that kind of thing. And now it's coming around and those are getting the payments
Brought
are,
up,
they're,
yeah.
they're demanding repayment start, so
Cool.
you got to keep an eye on it.
Great advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right,
Awesome.
what do we got? Oh, yes.
I'm excited for this. This is cool. Check this out, guys.
So this is year over year. We always have an interest rate chart of some kind on here. 30-year, as of the end of January, we're sitting at 6.1, but compare that to 1 year ago, 6.95.
That's awesome.
15-year, 5.49 versus 6.12. So a good amount, a good reduction in interest rates year over year.
Mhm.
Sometimes the psychological, oh, we're still starts with a 6. We don't realize, but we were almost at 7 a year ago, and now we're almost at just under 6. So
Good. I
so
love
keep
it.
an eye on that, and we are seeing buyers buy, into the high 5s, mid 5s, even depending on the program and
Cool.
the seller concessions, that kind of thing.
I love that. Yeah, if you guys just maybe an afterthought here, like if you guys are just curious of any updates on, interest rates on, a specific week or whatever, like feel free to reach out to us, message us, text us, call us, message us on social media, whatever you got for us. Like it's easy.
Yeah,
So,
it's specific to each person, each
100%.
borrower. So you definitely want to run your scenario through and see where you end up.
yeah, I think that's my favorite part about the job is every situation is so different because every person we work with is so different in their situation, what their needs are, what their wants are. Everything's so different. And so there's never a single transaction that's the same. So
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about this. I'll let you lead this off. It's a heavy topic.
All right. So come May, we get a new Fed chairman, right? Jerome Powell's been doing it for a number of years now, and Trump's been anxious to get him out of there, and he's nominated this guy, Kevin Warsh. So we looked up and did a little bit of homework on what he wants to do and what he's advocating for. And so there's some things that are good for interest rates and good for housing, and some things that are good in different ways. So
Cool.
he wants to lower interest rates. That's obviously good, right?
We like that.
We like lower interest rates. It helps everybody out that way.
We always talk about if we had $1 for every conversation we had that someone was waiting for the interest rates to drop.
Yep.
Well, according to that graph, they've dropped.
And so this gets a lot of media attention, right?
For
Trump
sure.
wants to lower rates. Now the guy he's putting in wants to lower rates.
Mhm.
So everyone's the danger, I guess, is you sit back and you wait for rates to come down.
Mhm.
But let's talk a little bit about these other 2 points
Yeah,
that
please.
are coming. He wants to shrink the Fed's balance sheet,
Interesting.
right? So from the 2008 debacle all the way through COVID, the Fed was aggressively at different times buying mortgage-backed securities. And they now on their balance sheet hold trillions of dollars of mortgages. Right.
Interesting.
So they were forcing interest rates specifically for housing lower to stimulate the economy. So this Kevin Warsh is against doing that in the future,
I
right?
see. Now that's not say having actual property, it's just having the interest, right, behind it.
Yeah, so the banks make the loan and then
They sell
the Fed they
Buys
sell it
that
back to the
loan.
government. Yep.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super interesting. It's not necessarily what I feel like we want, but
Yeah, no. It's inflationary,
Mhm.
right? So that's part of the reason house prices shot up as much as they did, because artificially holding down the interest rates made things, the payment easier and cash flow better for investors. And so the asset price.
sounds like dating. Just be yourself. I'm just kidding. Awesome. Okay, what's that last one?
I return to traditional monetary focus. So kind of similar. The Fed has been buying different assets, and he's just saying it's not the part of the Fed to do that. Let Congress do the spending, let the Fed do inflation and monetary policy, and keep them separate, where they've kind of been overstepping both directions,
Interesting. Yeah,
for a while now.
just
So
keep them separate. Interesting.
So I guess the takeaway I would say is, even though we expect them to want to lower interest rates because of the other items on there, just the fact that they lower the rates may not have as much of an impact
Interesting.
as we hope,
Yeah, for sure.
right? So
Cool. And then I guess one last question for me. Is, I'm not sure what the process is. Does he get voted in? I mean, I know Trump nominated him.
Yeah,
Is
not
it a vote
best
or?
government guy, but I think he's appointed by Trump and
Okay.
then he has to be confirmed. He
Okay.
goes through the
Goes through the
confirmation
process and stuff
process.
like
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be studying that up a little bit because I'm not too familiar with that, but that is super interesting, and that
Yeah.
change won't happen till May, right? So
Yeah. That's
Right.
coming in May.
I am sure that we will see some other things come out about it. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun to, and as anything comes up that we need to be aware of, we'll definitely make sure to put it on the podcast or put it on our socials. So
Yeah. I guess if anyone has ideas for us of what, to
yeah,
do a deeper dive on that, we'd be happy to
for sure. Yeah, I'd love that.
make a comment there.
Let's see here. Did I press something?
Oh, you locked it up.
Why is it not going? Yeah,
There
well,
you
here we go. Any questions, guys? I'm going to go ahead and go through this just as a reminder. The virtual tour is tomorrow at 6 p.m. That will be on my Instagram page. Just follow me, JK Clementes. You can find it by putting my name in there, Jefferson Clements. Super easy. And yeah, anyways, I'm excited for it. It will be really fun to do that. So
Yeah.
it's a cool little 2-bedroom, 2-bath on the golf course, and it
Nice.
is it's awesome. So it's been completely redone. So I'm excited to get it shown up there, and anticipate we'll get a buyer soon for it. So
Perfect.
guys, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for joining us on episode number 4. Thanks, Lance, and
Yeah. Thank you, Jefferson.
that was fun. And Audrey and Celeste, congratulations on winning the Harry Potter Cup, or the Cup set, and the parade tickets. So catch us next time, guys, and we'll do another drawing. That was awesome. So thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yep. Good night.
Can't find the mouse.
All right.